the Dynasty podcast with yours truly, Trevor.
And Juan Medina.
Let's do this.
Alright, so we're just going to introduce ourselves. I know you guys don't really care what we are, what we do, whatever, but we're going to do it and we just have courtesy. So I'm Juan Medina. I've been a sports fan for about 12 years now. A little late, still with my Yu-Gi-Oh! And my Fresh Prince and all that back in the day. But I was 15 when I started watching football, and once I see that little Tom Brady and Randy Moss connection in 2007, things kind of, took off from there. I've gotten completely obsessed with football in that entire season. 2008 was interesting because, Tom Brady, died out for a year. But still was that's when I knew I was a true Patriots fan at that point, because I still paid just as much attention or even more to the sport and more to the Patriots right when he went down. So at that point, it was no turning back for me. And ever since then, I've gone to basketball a little bit more. So we'll get into basketball later on when the season opens up. But I've been a basketball fan since 2010, right after I graduated high school. Saw LeBron. Don't really care about LeBron that much, but I do love him. But he's not one of my favorite players. But I've seen him play against Celtics. Fell in love with other basketball sport too. How about you, Trevor? What's up?
First of all, my name is Trevor. I'm from the Bronx. Boogie down. I've been a sports fan since like 10 years old. Like my first interaction with it was Pedro Martinez. He played for the Red Sox. Was my childhood hero. Like, I love Pedro. Fucking love that guy. He was the big reason why I became a Red Sox fan. Yes, I'm a Boston sports fan living in New York. I know. Deal with it. But hey, man, that's cool. Whatever. It's like, I love sports. Literally, how you say, it's more of a passion for me. I love talking about it, playing the games, video games, all that stuff. But it's all good though. I just really, really, really excited for this day today. It's pretty cool today. Finally gonna do this thing right now.
Yeah, finally are. Man, we've been planning this since March. We're finally getting down. Little nerve-wracking, not gonna lie. I listened to podcasts since March, literally studying for this day. So I hope we get to rock this out, and I hope this is just the beginning of something really special.
Hell yeah, man. This is going to be great.
All right, so what this podcast is pretty much going to entail is we're going to be covering all types of sports, but maybe not into the depth that we do with others. So for NFL, we're huge NFL fans. So we're going to be covering every nook and cranny of that sport in this podcast, no question. But for our little Homer fans, Patriot fans,
yes,
we will have specific episodes for you because that's what we love.
Yeah, we love the Patriots, man.
We will be covering NBA when it goes out. Right now the FIBA World Cup is going on, but we don't really care about that. We care about what happens next year, the Olympics. So we'll have to cover that at all. We will do NBA when it comes out late October. When the preseason's going on, we'll start to do predictions and whatnot. We will be covering MLB Playoffs because that's where real baseball begins.
Yeah.
So we're going to be going with that. And we only will do NHL news for the most part because, we don't really know much about that. At least I don't.
I know a little bit of it, but if it's not Boston Bruins, then I really don't care. But like I said, when it comes to certain sports, like baseball, I love baseball too, so I'll cover anything. I'm a big Red Sox fan. And NFL, I'll talk about anything because I love sport. I love football. Baseball, the Red Sox, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Basketball, the Celtics, whatever you want to talk about. But NHL,
I'm not
too much about that.
But we'll cover the other three though. I know the first two, NFL and NBA, two more popular sports in the country, that is going to be covered. No question.
Most definitely.
To run through. We'll have guests every once in a while. When hopefully this podcast takes off or it gets a little bigger, we'll have even bigger guests coming on. We're trying to make this freaking damn near franchise if we can do that. That's the goal. We're trying to make this big.
And we're going to keep it 100% too because I'm not going to lie to you, we're not going to sugarcoat nothing. Like, if it's cool, it's great. If it's trash, it's trash. And we'll let you know that it's trash. Also, for all our wrestling fans out there, we'll be discussing WWE as well.
I forgot about that.
I was just reading the synopsis, but we're a big. I'm a big WWE fan since I was a kid. So and Juan too. So I know a lot of you guys out there are pretty much into that too. So we'll talk about that too. Predictions, preview predictions. What happened on Raw, SmackDown? A little glance was going. Not like a big, whatever.
The shows, I don't know, like 3 hours of Monday nights. Football during that time. I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, and sometimes Raw some raw money that can be really unbearable. So
sometimes, I mean, as of late though, I've watched YouTube clips and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. No, Paul Heyman's doing his thing, so like it is what it is. But we're mainly gonna be doing predictions for pay-per-views, which is I believe next week actually, Night of Champions.
Yeah, next year.
So next week we'll have a pay-per-view prediction. Results, we'll go through that, and then even if we have to do it, which would be probably pretty fun, fantasy booking.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I do a lot of things better on 2K19, WWE 2K19 than they do on TV. So
yeah, tell that to Vince. But we'll see how that goes. All right. So that's gonna be the overall thing, and like I said, even though I mentioned it earlier, we are going to have Patriot specific episodes, just in case if you didn't hear that earlier. That's gonna be his own day, his own thing. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday that might drop. We'll see. With all that said and done, finally introductions is done. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was a football game last night, wasn't there?
Yes, it was for opening of the 100th NFL season between the oldest rivalry in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers, against the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field in Chicago, the Windy City. Shout out to Kanye West.
Yeah, that was a football game. It may have not been the most exciting football game, as people like to make fun of the last Super Bowl, but
we're not going to talk about that, first of all.
But it was something that opened a few eyes, even though it was just the first game of the season. I think for me personally, at least, I've gotten a couple of questions answered about both teams. For example, quarterback play.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that, yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was fine. He looked fine to me. What Green Bay looked like to me was they were trying to figure stuff out. It was like almost a preseason part 5. That's what they looked like they played to me.
Yeah.
So I don't dig in too much of how they, only had negative 12 yards in the first quarter. I'm not really digging into that. I don't think that's the big of a deal. They literally were trying stuff that Mike McCarthy in his own right would have never tried before. So they were fine. But the minute Aaron Rodgers flipped that switch, 50-yard game, touchdown, boom. That was pretty much the end of the game, low-key. But he was fine. Now, defensively, I want to praise that defense so much. But you did play against
Mitch Trubisky's Chicago Bears. Now, granted, I think Chicago's running game by committee with David Montgomery and Tyree Cohen, I think it's great going on. Even though they lost Jordan Howard last year for basically nothing, though, but I think that running game is still pretty decent. Could be really good at the end of the day.
Hence why I wanted to give Green Bay some praise, because they did kind of lock that up.
But I have to see more from Green. Like I said, I liked how Blake Martinez played well. Like, he led the Packers defense, stopped that running game, and forced Mitch Trubisky to throw the ball. And sometimes, for Bears fans, you gotta cover your eyes sometimes, because like I said, Mitch Trubisky's not terrible. He's not bad. I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to be disrespectful. But
we ain't here to be nice. We're here to tell the truth.
He didn't play well last night. He did not play well. I mean, I'm surprised that Allen Robinson caught 7 catches for over 100 yards, and Tyree Cohen had 8 catches. But besides that, they couldn't get the running game going too well, and a lot of times couldn't find a receiver. Now, I'm not gonna lie. The first quarter, Aaron Rodgers could not find nobody. He could not get it going at all, and it's like, wow, But like I said, it's still. I got to be honest. The Chicago Bears defense is legit.
Yeah, they picked up right where they left off last year, and Allen Robinson made some big man catches.
Hell yeah.
I think he finally healed up from the ACL tear he had a year or two ago.
Yeah.
He looks back like he was that one year in Jacksonville right before he tore his knee up.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
He looks great. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the necessary, passer to, I mean, in his defense, he did have Blake Bortles before that, and he balled, so why wouldn't he ball now?
I mean, like I said, Mitch Trubisky is better than Blake Bortles, let's be honest here.
Based off yesterday, that can be arguable now.
Listen, stop being rude, man. God damn it. This is ridiculous.
Hey, look, in this podcast, I think I'm probably going to be the bad guy. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be the one. I don't want to compare myself to, trash Max Kellerman and them, but you know how they get headlines based on, saying the crazy stuff? That might be me.
Oh.
But the difference is that what I say is going to be factual and it's going to be the truth.
I mean, true.
Not some malarkey.
I mean, I'll try my best to be nice and not use too much about profanity in rants. Because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, I may go on a rant or two about something ridiculous.
If that's gonna happen, let me know because I can put the expletive sign while I upload.
Okay. Shit. I'm gonna try my best to not use too much profanity, but I can't promise that. But yeah.
So players to remember from the game yesterday. Allen Robinson, most definitely. Both punters actually punted pretty freaking good.
Very good.
A lot of drives started inside the 10 for both teams. That's pretty impressive. Again, like the Super Bowl. It was just like that. Blake Martinez was very good. What's this dude's name? 95 from the Bears line. Him and Hakeem Hicks were obliterating the inside of the interior line for Green Bay's offensive line. It was crazy. But there's one name we haven't mentioned yet, and it's for a good reason. Sir Khalil Mack. I wonder where he was last night. I don't remember seeing him. Did you see him?
I didn't see him very much, but his presence was definitely felt though. But
besides him just hitting the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands when he was on the floor.
I mean,
that means nothing.
Besides that though, but listen, Khalil Mack, he had 5 tackles yesterday. He was active and not like really active. Like he was like, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, he wasn't like
he was average. And average for him is actually
really good. Actually,
really good for anybody else because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because the one thing he had a ridiculous pressure. It was in the first quarter though, that led to a sack on Aaron Rodgers in the first quarter. I forget who he destroyed. I don't remember if it was the center or the right guard, but he completely took that man's soul and almost destroyed Aaron Rodgers, and it led to a sack by number 95.
That's crazy.
But he was definitely there. It's just, compared to how he's hyped up based on everybody, he did not do that much. But like we both said just now, he actually did pretty well. He wasn't the best player in the defense, but he was one of. Another player I wanted to highlight, actually, Kyle Fuller was actually pretty good too. And the rest of the receiver, Von der Scantling, got his.
Yeah, I like Von der Scantling.
But Davante Adams only had four receptions for 36 yards yesterday. Kyle Fuller is picking up right where he left off last year too.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I need to see more from Green Bay's defense played well. I just need to see a larger sample size because they have improved. There was times last year where they couldn't stop the run to save their lives.
No.
So it's like, it's really good to see. I don't know about y'all, but I love defensive games. This 10-3 game for me was pretty good for me. So, I had to see more. But for Chicago, like I said, Chicago Bears, their defense is legit. Scary, one of the most scariest defenses in the league. We just gotta see more from them. But I was impressed though.
Yeah, we'll elaborate more on both teams when we get to the season predictions. It will happen in a little while. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, it's gonna be our NFL season predictions. I know that the first game started yesterday, but the rest of them didn't. So we're not that late, okay? We'll be right back, guys. Alright, we're back. It's time for predictions.
Yay!
Yeah. We're going to start off with the AFC East. We're going to start from actually lowest to division winners. It's a little different. No one really does it like that. So, special. Alright, you go ahead first, Trevor.
Okay. AFC East. God, I'm in the AFC East trash talk group. Shout out to Facebook. And we just talk about mad stuff.
I had no idea you were doing that.
Those people in that group are ridiculous. But it's a cool group though. They talk a lot of stuff. Alright, so let me get started right now. Obviously, we should probably be in agreement that my last place team in the AFC East will be South Beach, the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I guess I don't have to speak much. Yeah,
I think Miami will finish last. I guess it's an improvement. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a very solid backup. I think Josh Rosen will do well following. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ryan Fitzpatrick will give you like 2 games, and then we those interceptions like crazy. You'll probably see Josh Rosen probably like week 3 or 4 or whatever. But yeah, don't expect much from Miami. Miami basically traded everybody. There's basically nobody there. So yeah, I think Miami. I think we should be in agreement that Miami will be dead last.
Oh, of course. No question.
I'm guessing about maybe like 5-11, 6-10, maybe.
You'd be nice.
I mean, maybe I might be a little too nice, but maybe 5-11, no less than 4 wins. I'm not, no less than 4. That's it. I think that's a little bit too.
No more than 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 4 is the least they'll go in anything. And third place, I'm gonna have the Buffalo Bills. I think Buffalo Bills will be number 3 in the AFCs. Them losing Shady McCoy, like I said, Shady McCoy is a lot older and wasn't really the same over the years though. But I think losing him is kind of like a little step back. And we get to see Josh Allen finally get a season to actually see where he can fit in there. Honestly speaking, I'm not sold on Zay Jones. Zay Jones on any other team will be a number 3 receiver. He's not a number 1 receiver.
I understand.
And I just don't see them doing well. The defense very well. Really good. I like Ed Oliver. I think he's a beast. Ed Oliver. If Ed Oliver was a New England Patriot, that'd be great. But Ed Oliver is really, really good.
You can't have them all, man. You can't have them all.
If only we could have it all, man. I think the Buffalo Bills defense is actually pretty good, so they may give the division a run for their money. I see 7-9 for the Buffalo Bills. 7-9 usually, but that's basically it. In second place, I actually can't believe I'm saying this because I hate the team. I hate this team so much, but
we're not biased here.
We're not. Well, I'm gonna try not to be biased, but I hate the Jets. But number 2, I'm gonna pick the New York Jets. I think they've improved with Le'Veon. I mean, Le'Veon hasn't played in a year, so it's kind of like, let's see how he fits. I want to see how Adam Gase is able to run the circus known as the New York Jets. Honestly speaking, he had one good year in Miami and then was trashed everywhere else, and I didn't understand how he was able to be bad in Miami, then go to the Jets and get a job immediately. I just didn't see how that makes sense.
That is a Jets thing to do.
I mean, it's the Jets. What do you expect from the Jets? But
again, we're not biased.
I'm gonna try not to.
We're really not, though. We're really not. Don't get it twisted. We're really not biased.
All right,
we just joke a lot.
Yeah, I joke really too. Also, Quincy Enunwa comes back, so I think that they'll have their full. Enunwa's good, but Roddy Anderson is not a number 1 receiver. But I think that the Jets, their receiving core is a lot improved, and we'll see how Sam Darnold does. Hopefully he can stay healthy because he didn't play a lot of games last year. But hopefully he can stay healthy, and I have the Jets being 8-8, maybe 9-7, maybe 8-8. But it's an improvement from last year because they were trash last year. But I'm gonna be fair. A lot of games the Jets lost last year because of penalties and they just wasn't focused enough. I think a lot of games they lost, they should have won. I'm not gonna lie to you, they weren't that bad. I just don't like the Jets. But on the most part, I think they've improved a lot big time this year. Maybe 8-8, 9-7 season. And to no surprise, the winner, the reigning, defending, undisputed AFC East champions, probably will be 11 years in a row. If they win, when they win this year, 11 years in a row.
Yeah, since 2009.
The New England Patriots is clearly winning the AFC East. Clearly. Probably will be the number 1 seed in the AFC, maybe the number 2, but definitely a first round bye. First of all, I can't even say more. First of all, Tom Brady is the GOAT. Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's back for his 20th season, 42 years old, but it kicks some ass. I'm really, really looking forward. I think Sony Michel's going to have a breakout year. He was good last year. He basically killed in the postseason last year. I think it was 6 rushing touchdowns last year. Like 6, I don't know, maybe 6 or 5 or 6. I'm not too sure.
Now,
but
I think it was a lot, though.
It was a lot.
Rex Burkhead got the rest.
Yeah, like I said, I want to see, I think the Patriots running game is going to be on fire this year with Sony Michel and James White. I really think Sony Michel is going to have a breakout year. You can talk about, like I said, the Super Bowl MVP Julian Edelman still back for another year. We have Demaryius Thomas is a New England Patriot, which is kind of crazy.
I never thought I'd see the day.
I thought I'd never see the day. He used to kill us in Denver. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very disappointed that what's this guy's name? N'Keal Harry is injured, and he'll be out for the first 8 weeks. I'm actually looking forward to seeing him play though. But my guy is back, Josh Gordon, and thank goodness he's back because I was rooting for him. I'm glad that he got his head back on his shoulders, and I really hope that, like I said, I'm praying for the best. I hope that he fought all his demons and he can get back to work. Like the most important thing, I hope he's okay though. Like I really hope that he's okay. That's the most important thing in the world. End of the day, he's a man just like me and Juan and everything out there. He's a human being. So that's no surprise. The New England Patriots will win the AFC East. So, Juan, what do you think?
All right, so we are in 100% unison that Miami Dolphins will be last. They are horrific, to say the least. I do not pull any punches. They're really bad. They're tanking. They're literally tanking. They trading away all types of marquee quote unquote players. They traded them. Kenny Stills is in Houston. Larry Tunsil is in Houston. They're literally trying to rebuild the entire franchise from like the ground up there. I don't blame them because that Ryan Tannehill experiment is over, and it should have been over years ago. They made the playoffs without him in 2016. I don't understand at that point why they didn't start over at there. They made it with Matt Moore. So I don't understand why they continued that for an extra 2 years.
I just really hope that
get it.
Miami's definitely going to be last place though, but
They suck.
they do. They do.
I was thinking 3-13, 2-14. They're gonna be pretty close to either. I don't know if they're gonna be first, but they're going to be at least top 3 pick. No question for me. Third, I actually have the Jets third. I think them and Buffalo are going to be literally going on a fist fight all season long for the second place in the AFC East. I do like the Bills roster a little more, but we'll get there to the next part. The Jets, however, I'm not entirely sold on Sam Darnold yet. He had a decent December, but you did kind of play against, Green Bay's defense, who was, bottom feeders. Once you went into New England, we made him look like a little, baby in a baba.
But so, to be fair, I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I hate the Jets, but let's be fair. That Jet team last year in Week 17 quit on Todd Bowles.
Yeah, they probably
quit.
Did well, and they were sick and tired of him. I can see that. It's still, I don't like undisciplined football. This like what you said earlier. That's what they were, and I don't see Adam Gase fixing that because Miami was similar to that at that point. So what? I don't see anything fixing that. I don't get it. But their defensive tackle pick though, he might be a beast. Quinn Williams.
Like I said,
he might be a savage.
My cousin Quentin Williams is a beast. I was like, oh damn, man, he looks pretty good, man.
But I think it's gonna be really good for this team. They need front seven help, especially in the interior, and they got it, so they should be fine. But that's not enough for me for them to winning more than 7 or 8 games. I think both of them and Buffalo will be having around the same record. For the receiving corps, Robbie Anderson is pretty good. Like as not a number 1 though, I agree with you. He should be in number 2. They need another 1 more receiver. I agree with that.
Robbie Anderson, any other team would not be a number 1 receiver.
He does blow up though. He does make some crazy man plays, but again, that's not consistent enough. So I agree with you.
It's not.
And the running situation, I don't really care about Le'Veon Bell like that. Like, honest, we're gonna find out how real he really is because he had a top offensive line to run behind in Pittsburgh for years. We're gonna find out how good he really is. I loved him in Pittsburgh though because I love dual threat backs, but I've always had that in the back of my mind, and then my family couldn't stand him for years. So I always heard in the back of my mind, he sucks. He can't run without a line. He sucks. We'll see. But I don't think he's going to be all that. I'm pretty sure he messed up leaving Pittsburgh. He just stood in Pittsburgh. I don't get it. But that's that team. Buffalo, their defense is really, really, really good. And I think that is the reason why they're going to win about 6 or 7 games just on that defense alone. The X factor in that team is going to be Josh Allen. And if he can remember how to throw a football. That's basically what it's going to come down to. He's a great runner. That running game is probably going to be legit. I don't know what you're saying about LaShawn McCoy, but the year before, he did look like he completely lost it. So I'm not entirely sure if they're going to feel that much. And I believe they drafted a running back or 2 that they love. So they should be okay.
And TJ Yeldon from Jacksonville Jaguars is there. I'm not going to lie. I was talking to a Bills fan a few weeks ago, and he thought he was going to get cut. But he still made the team, though. But, I don't think Buffalo will be bad. I think the defense will keep them in games. Yeah, it's all about just how Josh Allen's able to.
Yeah, he's the X factor. He doesn't have any receivers though, so yeah, that's not gonna help his case. I forgot that Zay Jones existed, so he doesn't have anything. He's gonna have to hope that Cole Beasley is gonna be that guy, which he's not. He's a slot receiver, And Josh Allen's biggest strength is his deep arm, so I don't know how that's going to fit, but we'll see that he's the X factor. I think they're going to win about 8 games, though. I didn't say the Jets record. I think probably going to win like 7 and 8. It's going to be a big drop off from like 3-13 to 7 and 9 to 8 and 8. Now, in New England's case, our roster is completely stacked, to say the least. this is one of the better rosters we had in years. This is comparable, probably better than 2014's roster when we had Revis and Browner and all those big names on defense.
Yeah.
This defense is more likely probably to be better than that. Jamie Collins is actually going to play like he's supposed to instead of ad-libbing all the time.
Yeah,
he's actually going to play disciplined football, and if he does that, that's a huge problem because one of our biggest weaknesses, which the Rams did not even try to exploit in the Super Bowl, was that we were never able to cover running backs in the backfield or tight ends. Don't know why they didn't try to do that in the Super Bowl, but good, thank you.
I mean, it was like they were just trying too hard. They were trying too hard to try to out Belichick.
That's probably exactly what it was.
Do that. Like I said before, to beat the Patriots, if you can run the ball consistently, like for instance, 2017 championship game with the Jaguars. The first half, Leonard Fournette was kicking our ass, running like crazy. Then the second half, started running the ball. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, and a lot of Patriot fans may not like this, but we should have lost that championship game.
Yeah, we should have.
Should have lost the championship game. But like I said, you know, a lot of people try to out Belichick, and a lot of people would fail at that. But
yeah, almost everyone does. And I like when they throws a bone. That's really good.
In my opinion, the New England Patriots should win. Like, anything less than 13 wins to me is like a failure. Not a failure, but very disappointing.
Realistically, we do like to take games off. We've started doing that for a few years. So I wouldn't be surprised if we drop a game or two that we shouldn't. So the more realistic, I think 13-3 is actually on the money. But I wouldn't be surprised if we end up being 12-4, to be honest. I'd say 13-3. So my records is 13-3 New England, 8-8 Buffalo, 7-9 Jets, and 3-13 Miami.
Yeah. All right, cool.
All right. So next division is going to be the AFC North. I guess I'll start this time.
Okay.
My last team, it's also probably going to be a unison. The last team is going to come out of this division is going to be Cincinnati.
Yes.
I mean,
Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, the NFL gods, sort of speak, didn't do them justice. You know, they have a lot of players injured already, and they haven't taken a snap yet. That's pretty bad. Like, half their line is gone. Freaking AJ Green is gone again. I guess his leg ain't gonna really work anymore because this is the second or third season in a row that he's been injured. Like, it's kind of bad.
I think it's probably gonna be his last year in Cincinnati anyway. I think that when his contract expires, I think he'll be out of there.
Yeah, I would have traded him about Cincinnati.
I at least trade for him because, like, at least get some type of value for him because, like I say, he's a great receiver. He just wasting his time his time there.
He's healthy. He's no question the top 5 receiver. He's ridiculous. Adrian Green is ridiculous.
Yeah. But
like, the defense, they still have no linebacker depth or linebacker to play at all. They have nothing there. They have a decent secondary, but if you're getting run on all the time, what's the point of William Jackson and Jesse Bates and company back there? And then Andy Dalton. Really? He's still there. Really? Okay, we'll go with that. At least you got Joe Mixon.
He's really good. He's good.
Tyler Eifert doesn't know how to stay away from a freaking stretcher. So we probably may want to think about getting a new tight end too.
At least you have Joe Mixon, who's beating people on the field, not outside. But that's a whole different story. But
yeah. So, but I wouldn't be surprised that they will win. A horrible joke. Maybe 6 games, 6-10. They're not gonna be a complete bottom feeder team. Third, me personally, I'm not buying into this Lamar Jackson crap at all. Third is Baltimore to me. I don't understand this quote unquote new running offense they're gonna put out in this play. See, I remember seeing that Los Angeles Chargers. I've seen that game plan, and I don't see how that won't work every single game. The man can't throw. I don't understand why are people buying into this Baltimore Ravens stuff. They lost a decent amount of players on defense too. They probably gonna be a top 10 defense though, but not one. They need a top 1 defense to carry that offense. I don't understand this Lamar Jackson hype at all. Whatever, but Hollywood Brown might be decent.
Hollywood Brown, yeah, I forgot about Hollywood Brown. I'm not gonna lie, like the Baltimore Ravens defense, even though they lost C.J. Mosley, who honestly is a loss, but they still, most of that defense is still around, it's still there. I mean, still a young defense there. I think they'll be alright as far as that. But
they think they'll be a top 10, just not top 1.
Top 10 defense.
Shit. So for them, they're probably gonna win like 8 games though. Like, they're gonna be in the middle pack. They're gonna be one of those spoiler teams that if you run into them week 15, 16, 17, they might smack you and you might get off the playoff. That might happen. So they're one of those teams. Now, second, I have the Cleveland Browns second, and hitting a wild card spot. They have probably the most talent in the NFL. They have so many big names. There's so many great players. But the problem is they also have personalities. And personalities don't usually end up giving you a lot of wins. Distractions happen and whatnot. Nothing has happened yet. But if they start tasting them L's, I would love to see how they handle it. That's my biggest X factor for them. But I love Baker Mayfield. He's wonderful. He's so good. Odell Beckham, I've never been a big fan of Odell Beckham, but he is a top, at least top 7 receiver. So, yeah, he's not going to be stopped very much. But the personality, I'm not sure. Mind you, they're all on the offensive side of the ball, too. I don't see any crazy people on the defense. I really think Myles Garrett, though, is going to be maybe leading the league in sacks if Aaron Donald decides to chill. I really think Myles Garrett is going to lead the league in sacks. I love Myles Garrett so much. But they're probably win 9 or 10 games. They're going to hit a wild card spot, though. And Pittsburgh, they're winning that division. People completely forgot who Ben Roethlisberger is, apparently.
Apparently so.
Yeah, I don't really understand why they went down. They did lose a lot of games that they shouldn't have lost last year. But with all the mess that was going on in the locker room, as you see in Oakland already.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
That's a whole different story. I don't know how you...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Despite all that, they still wind up 9-6-1. I think that was their record,
yeah,
right? And they were
9-6-1.
literally not even a fumble. I can say a robbery loss from Saints away from making the playoffs because there were so many calls that should not have happened that the refs were calling for New Orleans. I don't get it, but whatever. But people forgot about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They practically gave that game away against the Chargers last year when Artie Burns couldn't stay on side. Like literally 3 offside charges penalties in a row. And literally, I've never seen that before in my life. I couldn't believe it. Wait a minute. All you have to do was just...
He's so bad.
Yeah, he's bad.
He's so bad.
He can't cover nobody.
And that Denver loss was pretty bad, too. I don't know why that happened, but that was bad. And the Oakland loss.
Oakland, really? And you know what makes it worse? When they beat the Patriots, when they beat New England, right? It's all right, cool. We're back in the playoff race, and it's like you have ridiculous losses to Denver, Oakland, and then it didn't make no sense. It didn't make any sense to do that.
It didn't at all.
Y'all literally had the North literally locked up.
They did
midway.
They really did,
and you just blew it. It just blew it, and then the mess that happened over there is just But I think the Steelers. I agree with Juan too. I think the Steelers will win the division.
Definitely. Everything
he said as far as from bottom to top. I think Pittsburgh will win the AFC North.
They're gonna be Pittsburgh,
but I'm not yet sold on Cleveland. I think Cleveland they'll win more games than last year. They were 7-8-1 last year. They probably win 8 games. I think they're 8-8 team. I think they're 8-8 team. I think that schedule they have right there is pretty. They got to play Seattle. You got to play New England.
Yeah, they do got to play.
They got to play a tough schedule. That's a tough schedule. They got to play there. So, I think 8-8. I don't see a wild card team. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but they will improve from last year. And remember, 2 years ago they lost every single game. So it's like this is an improvement from then to now. So, but everything he said was correct. Only difference is I don't believe that Cleveland will make the playoffs this year.
That's fair. I understand that 100%. Not many people are on that wagon, but then again, they're all also have them winning the division, which is kind of ludicrous. But yeah, I understand that. Like I said, it all depends on the personalities. Do you want to talk about the other 2 teams, or?
I mean, what the hell? Who cares? Let's do it. I don't care.
All right, so I guess moving on. I'll have Pittsburgh at 11-5. By the way.
Yeah, 11-5 seems like a fair record and everything. But
all right, let's go on to this division.
AFC South. Last year, the Houston Texans won it. Last year, I don't believe they'll be winning it this year. I don't see it at all. You'll be surprised why things don't win this division. In last place, I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts, and here's why. It might be like I said, they've improved on the defense. That defense is very underrated. They've improved on the offensive line. Finally, how long it took you? 6.
Too late.
Too late. Yeah.
Too late.
I mean, you have, like I said, Eric Ebron career last year basically was rejuvenated last year. He was dead in the water in Detroit, and he got traded to the Colts. And like I said, he had a breakout year last year. But this is where I have an issue here. The reason why I think they'll finish last place is because I love Jacoby Brissett. I think Jacoby Brissett is good. He's cool and all, but I don't think he can get it done as a starting QB. I don't. And
he was a Patriot, just saying.
I know he's a Patriot, and it hurts me to say that, but I'm just being honest. I don't see him as a starting QB in this league. I don't. They did bring in our friend, the great Brian Hoyer. I'm choking. But in all seriousness though, I think they'll be. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think a 10-6 will win this division, but I think it'll be a dogfight for this division. I think the Colts will make it interesting, but I think they'll be 6-10. 6-10. Them losing Andrew Luck, and first of all, that was a real dick move. What you guys did to Andrew Luck, first of all, a real dick move. I'm gonna let you know that right now, but that's a whole different story right there. I don't know if you agree with me with that one, but
we're gonna have our first hot take. We'll get there.
Yeah. All right, my third place finish in the AFC South. I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I would pick them a little higher, but I think that now that Nick Foles, I can't even say it. Oh man, Nick Foles, man. At least they have a quarterback because Blake Bortles is not good and he's gone. So I think I will only say that because it's kind of like a dogfight in for this division. So it's kind of like like I said, 10-6 will win this division anyway. So it will be like from 10-6, 6-10 to basically finish it off right there. I think Jacksonville will finish third. Last year the Jaguars had big injury issues, honestly speaking, that basically kind of killed them last year. I think with the addition of Josh Allen from Kentucky, who I think is going to be probably Rookie of the Year. But
he actually fell that far. Don't understand how
I don't understand how he fell that far either. I don't understand, but he's that good. Him and Calais Campbell, I think that's gonna be a very scary front seven. Very scary.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
And then you also have Fournette coming back. Hopefully he stays healthy and all that stuff. But Nick Foles, Super Bowl champion Nick Foles, they have a quarterback now. I think they'll be good, but like I said, how this division will be a dogfight, I think that they'll be third. Second, I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans. That offensive line has actually. First things first. They lost the trade against Seattle, sending Clowney to Seattle. I don't know.
For nothing?
Literally for nothing. That was a terrible trade. And the fact of the matter is that I don't understand why you guys didn't move him at the draft. I don't understand why you didn't move to the draft. You could have had suitors. You could have had a lot of suitors for Clowney. Like I said, when he wants to play. Smart. Yeah, it would have made sense. I don't understand why.
There's a lot of defensive talent in this draft that just passed. They could have replaced him.
Yeah, easily.
Totally right.
I just think, for what you gave him up for, I'm like, this is bad. This is really bad. They offensive line he gave up 62 sacks last year. I felt bad. It was a certain point. I felt bad for Deshaun Watson because he was getting beat up. The fact that they won the division, it was amazing. And that division was a dogfight too, like I said.
It was wait till the last for the wild card part, it waited to the last
minute. It was the last minute and everything. D-Hop, one of the best receivers in football. I expect him to have at least 1,400 receiving yards, at least. And then probably 16 touchdowns because he led the league last year in touchdown catches.
That's a lot of touchdowns.
That's a lot. He had 15 last year. So I think 16, 17 is possible, but only if they can block and make sure that Deshaun Watson can throw the ball.
I'm waiting for your division when I want to hear this.
Okay. Y'all gonna hate me for this one. My division winner for the AFC South will be the Tennessee Titans. I like Marcus Mariota. I like him a lot. I do like him a lot. I like him a lot. I like Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's a beast too. I think the Derrick Henry Deion Lewis tandem I like it a lot. Defense is very underrated. Wesley Woodyard still there. Wesley Woodyard still there. Yeah, he's still there. He's still there. I think that, like I said, they were literally one game out only because Mariota got hurt. I think Mariota didn't get hurt. Even though the Colts beat up on the Titans a lot over the last couple of years.
Apparently, they've never beaten Andrew Luck before. Yeah, I actually didn't know that.
That's actually a really interesting stat. Yeah. How the Titans never beat him. But I think the Tennessee Titans will win this division at 10-6, and I'm telling you, they're gonna be a sleeper team. They're gonna shock people. They're gonna shock people.
Ooh, okay. Well, my turn. The last to me is gonna be Jacksonville. I don't see it. I don't get it. I don't like Nick Foles. I don't see the thing with Nick Foles. He's probably the greatest backup quarterback ever since he won a Super Bowl for a team.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
But no, there's a reason why he doesn't start. He's not a starter. So how is he going to fix your problems? Second, Leonard Fournette, I don't know what's going on with the organization, but I don't think they like Leonard Fournette that much. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, to be honest. I don't know. Their offensive line isn't that good. Their pass catchers aren't that good. They're okay. Defensively, there again is a lot of personality. You don't see Jalen Ramsey coming in with an armored freaking bank truck to freaking preseason, demanding the entire franchise basically for his payday. Yeah, I don't know about that.
That was actually pretty badass.
That's
actually
ridiculous. I'm saying I don't know it. But their front seven will be nice though.
Yeah, they're gonna be good. They're gonna beat the shit out of the quarterback.
Yeah,
we'll see. That's gonna be crazy.
I don't see that. They're gonna win like. It's funny how the whole division to me is gonna be like almost one game behind each other. Like it is gonna be a tough for this division. Yeah. I'm gonna give them 6. I want to give them 7, but I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna give them 6 and 10. Next, to me, this is really hard because again, everybody's gonna be so close to each other. I'm actually going to pick. Oh, this is tough. I'm gonna go with Houston. Screw it. I don't like Houston either.
Houston.
Yeah, I'm going with Houston. This offensive line is god awful, obviously.
Awful.
62 sacks is ridiculous. Of course, some of that is going to be on the quarterback, but let's say you take out maybe 10 sacks as his fault. That's still 52.
Still bad.
It's still ridiculous. So come on now. They have 0 running game still. Duke Johnson's not that good.
Yeah.
Who's the back? I've always hated Carlos Hyde. I don't understand why people even looked at Carlos Hyde in San Francisco. Don't understand that. If that's even the team, I think he is in the team though, but I don't understand it. They have DeAndre Hopkins. He didn't drop the ball last year. He's the best receiver in the NFL. But that's point blank. Will Fuller's pretty good, but he's a one-trick pony. They did get Kenny Stills though. He's not bad. I actually like Kenny Stills back when he was in the Hornets, so he's not bad. But if Deshaun doesn't have the time to give them the ball, who cares? Plus, I'm not a believer in Deshaun Watson either. That's a whole take. You can go a whole episode on that alone. I do not like Deshaun Watson. I don't care. I don't see it. I see a game manager / prayer to DeAndre Hopkins. That's what I see. I don't see it. But we'll talk about that some other time. We're going to spend another 30 minutes talking about that. Now, defensively, since they didn't replace Jadeveon Clowney, I don't get the trade at all. You had to replace him for this to work. Because from what I see, I don't see how you're going to be able to afford anything in the future because you're going to have to pay your quarterback eventually. I don't know why you just didn't go win now mode and keep Jadeveon. Like, I don't get it. That's what you should have done, to me at least. Your secondary is still trash. So you're not going to really stop any pass, catchers if your front seven doesn't hit home. I think you got J.J. Watt. And J.J. Watt is probably going to look pretty close to what he looked like in 2015. I think he's fine. He's a year off of his major injury, so he should be perfectly fine. But I don't see it with this team. So I'm gonna give them 8 actually. I think them and my next place is gonna be the same. So it's pretty similar to the AFC East actually. My second is actually Tennessee. I'm lying. 9-7. I'll give them 9-7. It's like last year, I think. Mariota isn't good. I called him when he got drafted. I do not like Mariota. And the biggest reason why is because I believe in a big phrase called availability is the best ability. Okay. And he's always gone at the most crucial time. But when he was healthy, they didn't make the playoffs 2 years ago and destroyed Kansas City. That was hilarious. I don't see it. He's really inconsistent, and that pisses me off how inconsistent he is because he'll have a game. For example, Philadelphia, when this game-winning touchdown got through, oh my God, it was a work of art what he did. But then he'll come out and have a big stinker. But then he beat the crap out of New England. But then we'll have another big stinker. It's like, dude, what are you? Are you trash or are you good? Which one are you? And that's what I don't like about him. That defense is wonderful. Mike Vrabel picked up that defense right where he left off because it's actually pretty good before that. But I think Mike Vrabel put it up. Malcolm Butler was so awful in 2017, and he actually looked pretty decent in the last half of the season last year, which I didn't think was possible. The front seven is great. Like, everything about it is, I love that defense. It's just that I don't see it with Mariota. In Mariota's defense, he doesn't have any pass catchers either. That doesn't help. So when you're one-dimensional, it's easier to stop you. So, but I still don't see it.
I mean, Adam Humphries is on the team.
I'm saying now, but last year he didn't have any of that. So I don't really see it. Now they got Adam Humphries, they got AJ Brown, that was the receiver opposite side of DK Metcalf, who actually ran routes.
Yeah.
We'll get to Seattle, but we'll see what happens. This is a contract year also for Mariota, by the way. This is the last year of his rookie deal, and they haven't re-signed him for a reason. So this is the prove it year right here.
He about to get paid. I'm letting you know right now. He about to get paid.
I think he's gonna get paid too.
He about to get paid.
I think he's gonna get paid too. I think they're gonna cave.
Like this
Like this whole Tannehill crap. I don't want to buy that. They're
First of all,
gonna.
I can't believe they even said that. Oh, when they signed Tannehill in the offseason, they said, "Oh, it's QB controversy."
No.
Like,
Sure.
are you seriously
Sure, whatever.
Oh my goodness!
Stop
I couldn't believe it either.
Hear that horse crap. Now my division winner is still Indianapolis, and I'm gonna give you this right now. For one, who else could it possibly be to me? Every team is so mediocre to whacking this team to me that I don't. Who else is gonna be? But I like their culture. That's the big. I think they have the best culture out of everybody in their division. I like how improved their defense was. I really love what they did when they went to Kansas City last year in that wild card or the divisional round.
It was like 20.
And they really gave it to Mahomes at the second half of that game. I really love what I saw from them, especially Darius freaking Leonard. That linebacker is crazy. Yeah. Ridiculous. I love what I see from that defense. So if they keep that up, they're going to be fine to me. T.Y. Hilton is so freaking good to me. Underrated as crap. Arguably the most underrated, I'll say, player in the entire league. T.Y. Hilton. He's going to be fine. They have a good running game now, which is the biggest reason why I think they're not going to miss much of a step. What happened with Andrew Luck's retirement is they became just a one and done team now. They were almost a Super Bowl contender with Andrew Luck. Without him, you're just one and done to me. That's how good everything is. I think the coach is good. The culture is good. I usually have a rule when it comes to new players and new coaches that you have to give me at least 2 out of 3 years of success before I start pinning you. I'm breaking that, and if I mess up, it is what it is. You can go chastise me later about it. But I really like what I saw from them. And their big win streak last year spoke volumes to me. So, and Jacoby Brissett, all he has to do is not mess up. That's it. All you gotta do is not mess up. I don't want people to look back at 2017 when Andrew Luck was gone and say, well, he did nothing there. Do you remember the roster? I bet none of you remember who was even in the freaking roster in 2017, especially in the front five and offensive line. He was getting obliterated. So now that there is a good offensive line and a system, now I think he'll be fine. All he has to do pretty much is play game manager and not mess up. And I think he is capable of making a big play or two a game that'll put him over the top. So I'm giving Indianapolis a 9-7 record and making the playoffs. So it's gonna be between them and Tennessee. But I think Indianapolis will pretty much pull through like last year. Except this time we hit the division, not for a wild card spot.
We'll see. I don't know. But speaking of the AFC South, Doug Marrone, I think he's on the hot seat. I think he's on the hot seat. I think the fact of the matter is that you basically outcoached yourself in that championship game against New England, and then last year how you beat them in the week 2, you don't get too many chances like that. I think that he's in the right direction. Jackson was in the right direction. I just think he's on the hot seat.
They won their Super Bowl, right? And against New England, and they completely tanked the season from there. It looked like that was their season last year.
Yeah.
All right, so the AFC West. It's my turn, right? Okay, so I'm gonna guess that we're gonna be unison with this too.
Of course.
Oakland Raiders will be last.
Dead last.
Yeah. I won't go as far to say they'll be a first pick though. I don't think so. But they are trash.
And this certain receiver is ridiculous.
It's amazing how much Pittsburgh put to in the dark, because wow, this guy is on another level of ridiculous.
First of all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now that we're talking about Oakland, I'm gonna tell you right now. Was it worth it? Was it really worth the headache right now? Come on, this man is batshit crazy. Who does that? Who comes to practice on a hot air balloon? Well, that's one. 2, you burn your feet in a what was that shit called?
Cryogenic chamber. Yes.
Why?
Crazy freezing temperatures.
You've done this so many times, and you say, "Oh, I don't have the proper footwear." What? That was dumb. And then it's I'm tired of John Gruden babying him. You baby him because you realize, oh, we need this. This is what we have right there. What is it going to be
Well, in John Gruden's defense, I'm pretty sure if he actually spoke the truth, this will be even worse. So somebody has to try to play peacekeeper, because obviously the GM isn't playing that. Mike Mayock is not playing games with him. So
Good.
everybody is against him basically. So I think Gruden is doing the right thing and just playing neutral, because I think if he really tries to go against this season already is gonna go to hell. But it's gonna be pretty bad if he does that.
I mean, we're definitely
I think so.
consistent with that. And honestly speaking, it's a damn shame how they basically gonna push Derek Carr out the door, because John Gruden is not sold on him. He was talking about Nathan Peterman, for God's sake, during the preseason. Like, how disrespectful is that?
Ridiculous. Next, Denver. I think they're gonna be a bit of a sleeper team though. Like, they might hit 8 games.
I agree.
Yeah, people were sleeping on Denver a little bit. They're not. Their defense is pretty freaking good. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they could use a little bit of secondary help, but I think Von Miller is gonna be Von Miller. They're gonna rush the passer. They're gonna be fine on defense. On offense, Joe Flacco's not the Joe Flacco that the Patriots used to fear back in 10, 11, 9 through 12. But he's gonna be way better than what they had the last few years after Peyton Manning. Even better than Peyton Manning was. Way better than Peyton Manning was 2015. He was god awful. So he's gonna be better than that. So I think that's what they need. They don't need somebody to be Peyton Manning or 2014 and before. They need somebody that can just drive the ball, and they're gonna have that. Philip Lindsay's there. Royce Freeman is there if they decide to use him. The offensive line is getting a bit better. Emmanuel Sanders is another underrated player. He's really, really good. They have another receiver, Cortland Sutton, that should be a pretty good number 2. They'll be fine. They have Noah Fant that they drafted for a tight end who's going to eventually start. Noah Fant is an athletic machine. They're going to win some games. They're not going to win 10, 11, 12 in the division and try to challenge Kansas City. No. Come on, don't sleep on Denver. Don't do it.
I agree. Also, I don't think Joe. I think Joe Flacco in a new team and a new environment. I think that it's good. It's good for him. Even though I be rooting for my boy Drew Lock from Missouri. Shout out to the Tigers and from Missouri. My boy Drew Lock, man. Like, I really want him to succeed in this league too. But I think let him learn from Flacco. Flacco's a Super Bowl champion. He still got a lot in the tank left. A lot of people said, "Oh, he's done." I don't think he's done. I think he just need to change the scenery, and his time in Baltimore was like basically, all right, this is it. Like, thank you for the Super Bowl and just keep it moving.
It was done years ago. It really was.
But I agree with Denver number 3. I agree.
Second place to me is gonna be actually the Chargers. I had them earlier that they had a chance to win the division, but I don't know. I got a bad feeling that people are gonna start dropping like flies again, like they did a couple of years ago. Melvin Gordon situation, I don't know what's gonna happen there. I think they have a decent backfield, but Melvin Gordon is still better than Eckler and the other guys. So I don't know. And then their line is still not good. So and they have a statue of a quarterback in Phillip Rivers. So if their line's not good, I don't know how they're gonna get things out. Phillip Rivers is a beast though.
Yeah, he's Hall of Fame though. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how that's gonna work out. Keenan Allen is also a beast. They're gonna be fine there. They have a nice duo, wide receiver core, so they should be fine. Hunter Henry's back, so that's good. Their defense, people are trying to say because they lost Derwin James, that defense is gonna be bottom feeder. Stop tripping. They're going to be fine. They're not going to be dynamic like they were, but they're going to be good. They are definitely going to challenge for a wild card spot. They're just not going to be the 12-win team they were last year. They still have Bosa. They still have Melvin Ingram. Come on. Don't sleep on the Chargers. Don't sleep on Los Angeles. But I think 9 wins, maybe 10. I'm going to go with 9, though. And they challenge for a wild card spot.
I think 10 wins. I think they'll be 10. I think
10.
11 wins probably. Look at the wild card spot. I have them in Houston as for me on my side, Houston and the Chargers
I'm taking the wild card.
Taking the wild card spots. In my opinion, I go with that. I agree with you with the.
People sleeping on. They sleep on Pittsburgh. And why? I don't get it. And first it's gonna be Kansas City. Let's just Yeah. Mahomes will not be doing the 5,050 again, but he's still going to be a top 5 quarterback, no question. Again, my rule for newer players is usually the 3-year rule, but after what he did, I don't think you can be fake doing Madden numbers in real life. So he's legit. He's going to be fine. He's not going to be the god that he was last year, though, but he's going to be good. This Tyreek Hill thing, I don't understand why people love him so much when he is probably the ultimate one-trick pony I've ever seen. He literally runs straight and that's it. Like, look at all of his plays and tell me what's his route tree. What is it? I don't see a route tree. I see him doing go routes, and then he's somehow, some way wide open, and then he gets hit for the touchdown. I don't get why he's being compared to top wide receivers. He's not that good.
He got paid though. He got extension today.
He did get paid. He did get paid. Don't know why, but he did get paid. The running back situation. Their running game is not going to be that good, but it's going to be good enough. When you have a top quarterback, what do you really need a top running game? No, not really.
I mean, Shady's there now, so it's like
he's with Andy Reid, so I think he's actually gonna eat.
I think he's gonna get a lot of the carries to him and Andy Reid going back to Philadelphia.
I just don't think it's gonna be very efficient though.
But
he's old.
Listen, I still believe in Shady. I still believe in Shady McCoy. So, like I said, he'll see a lot of touches this year, but like I said, it'll be them in New England challenging for the number 1 and 2 seeds in
more than likely,
yeah.
Them and Pittsburgh will be the top 3 seeds.
But
question.
But I have to be honest. Like I said, Kansas City is great, but I have to be honest. For me, you have to look at Andy Reid right now because Philadelphia has told y'all 12 years there. He's a great coach in the regular season. When the postseason comes, when the big games matter, he chokes, falls apart. Or does something that just, like for instance, we have Tennessee a few years ago, the Colts a few years ago, Pittsburgh a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can go on.
Same old Andy.
But now, in all seriousness, though, I think Kansas City is good. They're good. Their window is still open now, but the last thing you want to do is wait too long and then next thing you know, it closes on you. I don't think Kansas City's going to wait 12 years like Philadelphia did. Like, if they don't win a championship soon, Andy Reid, that seat about to get hot though. But you know what I'm saying. But like I said, I agree. Kansas City gonna win this division. You know, like 12-4. I think 12-4 maybe.
12-4. That's what they got last year. I'm going 11-5, 10-6. And they got a couple less losses. So for me, they'll be a 3rd seed. I like Pittsburgh at 11-5. I like New England at 13-3. But yeah. All right, let's take a quick break and we head up to the NFC. And I promise you, this will be a lot faster than this one.
I got you.
All right, we're back. Now it's time to do the NFC. We're going to try to speed through this, but no promises. All right, so we're going to start with the NFC East, and the bottom feeders will obviously be the Washington Redskins.
The Washington Redskins.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Their roster is putrid. They have no pass catchers. I do like Darius Geis, but they don't have Trent Williams right now.
Yeah, so he's holding out. He want his money. He want it now.
Yeah, he's not playing games. So that's pretty bad. On defense, Josh Norman left Panthers, and he became like
trash.
Like, what is
trash? Getting burned. Like, he got his money, and like most NFL players got their money.
At least they have Ryan Kerrigan. He's still very consistent, very good. But the team sucks. I like Dwayne Haskins, but I don't want him to play with this trash thing they call a roster. But I still think they're gonna win like 5 or 6 games though, because they're Washington.
6-10.
Next, actually, is the New York Giants. People would think they'll be last. I don't really think they're going to be last.
Not at all.
They'll be close to it. But I think the Giants actually do have a chance to win 6 or 7 games, though. Believe it or not. It's possible. It's actually very possible. I like Saquon a lot. We call him Saquads because Jesus' legs. But he's going to be very good. I know Eli isn't, the Patriot killer anymore like he used to be. But I think as long as he can get set up to not fail, he'll be fine. The line is still trash as crap though. But I don't know. I think they got a small shot, but a shot to beat.
They have a actually very, very favorable schedule. Like, they play a lot of trash teams this year, so that's why I don't think they'll be that bad. They're not gonna make the playoffs, of course not.
Of course not.
But there's a lot of games there. Like, they play San Francisco, they play Arizona, Tampa Bay, Miami. I mean, like, there's winnable games there. They'll split. They always play Dallas hard. They always play Philly hard.
Yeah, they do. That division
always. They'll at least win one of those games there. I think they'll sweep the Redskins again because they're trash. But also speaking that this is also going to fall this. I think we see Daniel Jones in the regular season sometime this year.
Yeah, we are. Same thing with.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like
I said, like most Giant fans, yeah, I don't know why most of y'all Giant fans are like, oh, it's my QB when you booed the shit out of him when he got drafted.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he came from Duke. Who watches Duke football?
And their defense, I laughed really hard when they drafted him, though.
I did too. I did too. My father had called me. He said, "What the hell is this? Who the F is Daniel Jones?" He was really upset, and then he watched some preseason games, and I'm like, "Oh, I think I was wrong about Daniel Jones."
I don't know about that. A quarterback from a basketball school. We'll see how that goes.
I think, like I said, is he the future for the Giants? No, I don't think so. Maybe he is. But all I know is that, it can't get any worse. Like, I think Pat Shermer's on the hot seat. I think if they don't make the playoffs, he's done.
So he's gone. Okay.
But I think that he will, go out swinging. If he has to bench Eli, he will. I don't think he cares at this point.
There's no point to care.
Yeah.
All right, next. I actually have Dallas next, and they're going to compete for a wild card spot to me. Ezekiel Elliott signed, so they have their best player on offense. I would love to see how people are going to defend Amari Cooper now that he has a year in the system and they have a year tape. But I think he's going to still eat. I think Dak Prescott really likes him, and he kind of bails Dak Prescott out a little bit. So they're going to be nice mixed together. That offensive line is going to be the offensive line that we remember before. They will get Travis Frederick back, I believe. So they will be the Great Wall of Dallas again. Defensively, as long as the money theory doesn't happen to DeMarcus Lawrence will be good. Leighton Van Der Esch is ridiculous. I don't know anything about Jalen Smith because I've never seen him play like that. But apparently people love him, so whatever.
He got paid, though.
Yeah, he did. Everyone got paid except Dak at this point. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
Byron Jones is ridiculously good. So they're going to be a good team. I don't think they're going to be past the next team, though.
Yes, because not only do I don't know about Juan, but not only is the Philadelphia Eagles going to win this division, I even had them as the number 1 seed in the NFC. My opinion, I think they top to bottom are the most complete team in the league.
That's a good team. That's a scary team.
You could argue that they could probably win the NFC. I actually have them pick.
We're gonna get there
to win the NFC anyway. But that's just me as idea. The Eagles are going to win this division.
Definitely. All right, next division is going to be NFC North. We're just going to sweep through this. Last is going to be Detroit Lions. Ha ha. Obvious. Come on now. I don't know what happened to Matthew Stafford last year, but that wasn't very good. Apparently, they were trying to become New England Part 2, and that is not us trying to make an excuse to talk about New England. Is actually a fact. Matt Patricia is trying to make them like the New England Patriots, and it's not going to work because they don't have personnel for it. Matthew Stafford is a downfield passer, so why they're trying to make him a short passer, I don't get it, but that's their problem. They do have Kerryon Johnson, though, who's a pretty good running back. And they do have Galladay with Marvin Jones, which is a pretty good 1-2 punch at receiver. And they do have T.J. Hawkinson, who I wanted so freaking bad for New England, but he got picked top freaking 10. So he is going to be not Gronkowski, but he's going to be really good. So as long as Matthew Stafford uses him, they should be good because he didn't do Eric Ebron or Brandon Pettigrew any justice. So hopefully he actually uses this guy. Defensively, Darius Slay is going to be Darius Slay. Darius Slay is very good. They got Trey Flowers, but I'm really interested to see how Matt Patricia are going to get this defense rolling. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I would like to see it. I'm very interested.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we're in unison there.
Yeah, I agree. Detroit's going to be last place.
Minnesota is going to be third. See, in the rumoring right now, the lights are so bright, so Kirk Cousins doesn't like that very much. Since he doesn't like bright light games, there is no way in heck they're ever going to be past a 9-win to 8-win team. It's just going to be that simple, honestly. Mind you, they have 2 of the top 15 receivers in their freaking receiving corps in Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. Don't get it. Dalvin Cook's a really good running back. And people sleep on Kyle Rudolph, but Kyle Rudolph is really good. Their line is god awful though. It's like bottom 5.
Yeah.
But they still found a way to put up points last year, so I don't see how that changes that much. Defensively, they need to figure out a way to fix that secondary pronto because you cannot leave Azari Rose by himself because people will just throw the other way. So you need to figure out how to give him some help. So that's to me the biggest kryptonite for them is their secondary. But they're gonna put up points, they're gonna put up numbers, blah 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 blah. Give me 9 wins and miss the playoffs in this very stacked conference.
No, that's fair. That's fair right there. Fair right there. I even know I did have the second though.
You have the second?
I had the second. I had Green Bay actually third.
Hoo-hoo.
Actually,
That's a hot take.
I think I had Green Bay third actually.
Go
I think because like I said, Minnesota was basically destroyed on the offensive line with injuries. Like they couldn't. It was bad. But you know, I think they can still remain healthy. I think, like I said, they're a talented team. Adam Thielen's a beast. Stephon Diggs is a beast. Like I said, if they can stay healthy, I think that they're gonna be dynamic. And Kirk Cousins can throw the ball. You know,
he can throw the ball.
But the question is, can he win the big game? And I'm not too sure. But you know, I did have Minnesota second and Green Bay third. I honestly, I don't know. Maybe my mind may change. May change over the course of the year because how they play yesterday. But you know, like I said, it's only one game. But I want to see how this defense, the Packers defense, can sustain themselves for a 16-game season.
All right, that's fair.
I had Green Bay third and Minnesota second.
That's fair. See, I have Minnesota second. I actually have Chicago second.
What?
I do. Because of what we saw last night was the biggest reason that quarterback sucks. So I don't see how impossible that they're going to win do what they did last year again. It's not going to happen. I don't get it. He can't throw. He's really bad. It's case simple. That defense is absolutely sensational. Hence why they'll win 9 games. Just that alone.
Yeah.
But with that quarterback, nope, they're not doing anything. It's just that simple. I'm sorry.
I have Chicago winning the division, but 10-6, 11-5, 10-6 probably.
A low record, right?
Why is that? Because I think the defense will keep them in games. I think they will be the ones that keep them in games, and only thing the offense got to do is just not screw it up. I think I'm not gonna say I'm not sold on Trubisky yet. I'm not sold on him yet. Maybe he'll change my mind in a few years, but right now I don't see it. But and also let's be honest, if Cody Parkey doesn't do the double doing, they beat the Philadelphia Eagles easily.
Nah, I don't know. Let me be second though. I have Green Bay winning because Aaron Rodgers is going to be Aaron Rodgers again. The defense, I have a decent feeling that they're going to be pretty good, at least good enough for them to take the division that they used to win all the time back in the day. It looks like that Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers might have a decent relationship, despite all the stupidity that was going on at the beginning of training camp. But they're Green Bay. They're going to be fine. If what I saw last night improves, they're going to be Green Bay. They're fine. They're winning the division. It's at least to me, they're going to be fine. And they're going to win at least, to me, they're going to probably win 11 games. That's what I got for them. And Aaron Rodgers having a nice bounce back year. Yeah. Next division, NFC South. Bottom feeders should more likely be Tampa Bay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Tampa Bay with Bruce Arians, they should show a little bit of fight because
I think so too.
They should show a little bit of fight. Bruce Arians improves every team he's on, so
I think so too.
I think that they'll and hopefully with Todd Bowles as a defensive coordinator, they can fix that defense because that defense is god awful.
Yeah, it always is. But I think this division is going to be like World War II type war zone. They're going to be beating each other up on the brink. I think there's going to be the most competitive division by far this year. All 4 of these teams, even Tampa Bay has a slight to obvious chance making the playoffs for the NFC. They're all pretty good. Like Tampa Bay, their defense is more likely going to be improved because Todd Bowles is a great coordinator. Their X factor is their offensive line and their running back help. If they were able to run the football just a little bit, I think Jameis Winston will finally have that year that everybody thought that he was going to have.
Because this is his last chance. I'm going to be honest with you.
It is. It literally is. This is his contract year.
This is his last chance. If he can't do it now, then I think it's over for him.
It's over. He's never going to get a big contract in his entire career. It's over.
I agree with that.
It's that simple. Now, we may defer here because this is when it gets tough.
Okay.
I've been fighting with this for a long time with these 3 teams because it's so tough. But I'm going to go on a bit of a stretch and a hot take here, and I'm actually going to pick the Saints to be third.
Okay.
What I saw December and January from Drew Brees scares the bejesus out of me. And I am a huge Drew Brees fan. But I seen that arm almost turn into spaghetti, and I didn't like it. I don't like it at all. The defense still has big holes. They don't have any type of coverage linebackers to save their life, and they don't have any DBs to help out Marshawn Lattimore. Marshawn Lattimore was playing by himself. Mind you, he wasn't even all that himself last year. They had Eli Apple, for God's sake, at second corner. Like, come on now. Like, they don't have anybody there. They need to help him out. At least they have their front seven, though, for run stuffing. They could stop the run. They just can't stop anybody in the backfield. Hence, the NFC Championship game. So, like, they gotta fix that. But they also need a second receiver. They do have Jared Cook, though, so that might help. But Michael Thomas or bust. That's it. Like, literally, the Philadelphia game was Michael Thomas. That's it. So they need to figure out a way to fix that. If they had a second receiver, they were easily going to beat Los Angeles. They were supposed to win that game anyway, but they would have beat Los Angeles. They had a second receiver or a second corner. They need to fix that, and they didn't do it. So I don't know if that's going to help out, especially with Drew Brees being as old as he is. Who you got third, man?
The Carolina Panthers.
I understand.
I say Carolina because his Cam Newton's shoulder, especially I don't think that he's gotten better since last year and injuries before. I think that
just time finally taking its toll.
I think his style of play is catching a cold on him now. It's tough because this is a very tough division. I agree it'll be the most competitive division in the league, of course. And then Christian McCaffrey is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, he's really freaking good. But yeah, they're my second team. But I keep flip-flopping between them and New Orleans. But since we're doing this now, it's locked. They're second to me. They're going to be second in the division. Cam Newton scares me. That's the biggest reason. If he's healthy, he should be fine. But I'm also a very superstitious person. And I've noticed that every odd number year, Cam Newton plays his best. 2011, when he got drafted, it was pretty decent. 2013, they made the playoffs. Finally. 2015, he won MVP. 2017, he made the playoffs and almost beat New Orleans. Now, go to the even number of years, he was hot trash, each and every one of them, 12, 14, and 16.
That's a good take. That's a good take because I didn't really see it that way. So.
Me and my family, we find the stupidest things, but it's true, though. So, this is an odd number year. Now, let me see if that trend continues. But the biggest reason why I have them second is because I don't know how healthy Cam Newton is going to be. I had them winning the division at first, but once he got hurt in the preseason game against the Patriots, I got scared. It scared me off.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm picking Atlanta to be first. Them healthy is one of the best rosters in the NFL. Their defense is pretty good, young, fast, talented. They should be fine in that aspect. Hopefully, Matt Ryan actually plays real football because there's another trend that I didn't notice. My brother did. Apparently, he's the opposite of Cam Newton, and odd number years he doesn't like very much. It's actually pretty true. He won the Super Bowl 2016, won his MVP. Then 2012, he won like 14 games, I believe, in 2012. I think it was 2012. No, 2010. What 2010? What year was it? No, 2012 when he played San Francisco. Yeah, 2012.
Yeah, 14-2, yeah.
Yeah, like those number years he's really good, and odd number years he's really hot trash. So I hope that breaks, and then so I can be right. That's basically because I'm not a fan. But I do like that. And this Julio Jones situation is something to keep an eye on because he wants his cash.
So, and he deserves it too. He's the best receiver in football.
Pretty much. He's second best.
Give him his money right now.
Yeah, that's it.
It's his money. He need it now.
So who you got first and second so you can move on?
All right. Obviously, number 2 is Atlanta. Atlanta's number 2. Okay. Like for most of the same reasons too. I think that Atlanta will actually be fighting for a wild card spot between Dallas and Seattle, but we'll get to Seattle later. But I want to see Matt Ryan, like, how you say, honestly speaking, after the Super Bowl 51 loss, like, you don't see that drive. I mean, you see the drive, but you still see that he's kind of still defeated over it. You see how the way they play, how the way the team plays. But there's something off about them that I'm not.
Oh, okay, you got a gut feeling?
Yeah, I can't really put my finger on it, but I think they're going to be really, really good. And then last year,
so many injuries in their team last year.
Too many injuries on the team.
Especially on defense. It was really bad. And then you got...
and then New Orleans number one. I think, they still run that division and everything. Should have made it to the Super Bowl last year, but we're not even going to talk about that ridiculous call.
And non-call, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that. New Orleans be number one, and I don't know. Would they be a top buy spot? Probably is.
If they play like last year and Drew Brees doesn't fall off a cliff, they can take us first or second seed, no question.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah.
So my prediction is basically banking off of Drew Brees not being Drew Brees. That's it. If he's Drew Brees, they're gonna win 12 games and stuff. So, like I did kind of cave in their roster, but their roster realistically isn't that bad.
Yeah.
At least the players they have, they're top players, so they can do it. It just depends to me on the quarterback and if he's healthy or not.
Yeah.
Last division. This will be fast. This is easy. Number 4 is no question Arizona Cardinals, right?
So you fire Steve Wilkes for a Sean McVay type of coach, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't stand Spliff Queensberry. I don't like him. I can't stand. I know it's not his name.
How do you hire a college coach to the NFL who doesn't win college football games?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't make no sense to me. Like,
Why?
And then I'm not gonna lie to you, Kyler Murray, I didn't think they should have drafted Kyler Murray. I think that offensive line is so bad, they're gonna eat that little man alive. They're gonna eat him alive.
I'm taller than him, dude.
I'm taller than Kyler Murray.
Like, come on now. Like, height doesn't mean everything. But when you're like 5'9", 5'8", like, come on, dude.
I feel terrible for Larry Fitzgerald, man. How you just Hall of Fame receiver, you stay in this trash organization. Like, I mean, yeah, you had some bright spots with the, going to the Super Bowl a few years ago, and then
Loyalty only gets you so far.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on, man. I feel so bad for them, man. But they're gonna be dead last. They're gonna be last in this division. Probably gonna fight for the top 5 in the
They're
draft.
not gonna fight for it. They're gonna get it. It depends if they're first, though.
Yeah, they're not gonna be a very good team, in my opinion. Sorry.
All right, third. We may differ on this, but this is actually pretty tough itself. I'm going with San Fran to be third. I need to see Garoppolo play and be a quarterback. He was good for like the 6 games overall that he played in both Patriots and the 49ers. But I need to see it. I like their coach. He just need to give him something competent. And then have a quarterback. Even though they made Nick Mullins look decent. So if he can make him look decent, he gave Matt Ryan MVP. So he's a good coach. I just need to see it. And he needs to have players who can stay on the field. Like, a lot of injuries last year too. Like, come on. Richard Sherman wasn't healthy last year, and he was decent. But like, come on.
I still think it's really weird to see him in a 49ers.
It is kind of weird.
It's really weird to see him like
that.
Go
from that Seattle blue and green to this. Like, it's kind of weird. I feel you.
It's kind of weird though, but Oh yeah, shout out to my guy Nick Bosa.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be good.
Shout out to my guy Nick Bosa, man.
I think it's gonna be good. So we're in agreement on the San Francisco.
Yeah, definitely are.
Second, I have the Seahawks. This wild card thing is bothering me for NFC. I have like 4 teams that can make the wild card. I have no idea what to pick. But Seattle is one of those 4 teams. They're very good. They have Russell Wilson. They gave him like half of the franchise when it comes to the salary cap. But I mean, he's the top 5 quarterback. You have to give him that eventually, right?
Yeah. They almost lost him last year to the Giants. The Giants would have smacked his ass up if...
That would have been funny.
That would have been funny, though. Like, because if y'all... Yeah, that was some other stuff right there. But it's... Yeah, I agree with... Seattle will be number 2, fighting for a wild card spot.
Yeah, they're really good.
Obviously, we have the Rams number 1.
Yeah. They're going to be damn near the same what they were.
They won like 14 games last year.
Yeah, they're not doing all that. No.
They're not doing that. They're not doing that this year. I think they pay 11-5, though. And then the schedule's a lot harder this year. So I think they'll kind of come down to earth a little bit.
They're going to do basically what they did the year before that, 2017. They won like 10 wins, right? And then were really good and looked like they were up and coming. But then wound up losing to Atlanta because of inexperience. This time, they'll get past something like that. I think they won 11-5-2. They'll know how to get the Super Bowl because they did it already. They just won't have a blown non-call to get to the Super Bowl this time.
Yeah. I guess like that. Yeah, and can't believe that Jared Goff must be the highest paid QB in the league. I don't know how that works, but it's like they change like every single year, man. Every single 6 months you get a new QB is the highest paid in the league. Like,
new player in their position because the wide receiver too was it before it was Michael Thomas like 2-3 weeks ago. Now it's Tyreek Hill. Wow. But we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna finish off the podcast with our week 1 predictions and then a little special announcement for the end.
Yes.
See you then. Back now, let's talk about the week 1 predictions, even though one of them already went by. Did you have Green Bay winning or do you have Bears winning?
I had the Bears winning.
I have Green Bay winning. So I'm 1-0 right now. Woo, woo. Yeah. So let's start off. All right. We're having the NFL schedule in our faces right now.
All right. And right now, we're going to start off 1 o'clock game on Fox. We have the NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams, on the road against the Carolina Panthers. I think this is a trap game, but I still have the Rams winning it. Very, very, very close.
Me too.
But depending on if Cam Newton can get ready. But I do have the Rams winning this really, really close game.
Me too. It's gonna be a nice game to watch. I can't wait for that. I think the Rams will take it, even though Panthers gonna put up a really good fight. But yeah, the Rams got this, I think. Next game is going to be Redskins at Eagles. Why are we talking about this? Eagles got this next.
Yeah.
Bills at Jets. This is another game that's going to be not good, but it's going to be a nice little fist fight. I think, like we said earlier, these teams are damn near even, so it's going to be tough. I personally, the only reason why I have the Jets is because they're at home. I want to say the Bills so bad, but I'm going to put my money on the Jets because they're at home.
I'm going to go with the Jets as well.
Yeah.
Only because they're at home. I think they're gonna split the season
No question.
anyway. But I think that the Jets at home. I mean, the first game for the season for the Jets. I mean, they do sell out some games. No. Next game on Fox at 1 o'clock as well.
Another tough game.
Yeah, another tough game. We have the Atlanta Falcons heading to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Very tough game too. I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Me too. I'm going with the Falcons as well.
I think the Falcons are come in there, win pretty convincingly, and then keep it moving.
But there was a report that Julio may not play. If he doesn't play, then this makes this a lot more interesting. I might still lean with the Falcons though, because they still have Calvin Ridley and Mohamed Sanu. You know what I mean? So they still have something there, and then Devontae Freeman is back. And he's a great pass catch off the backfield. So they still have something on offense to play with. And that defense, I think, might overwhelm the Vikings a little bit. Like with Deion Jones and company, should be fine. But that does make it really tough to call if Julio Jones isn't there.
Yeah. I'm still going with Falcons, though.
Me too.
Yeah.
Next game is another one we should be talking about is Ravens at Dolphins. Come on now. Let's go.
Be more. You got this game.
Yeah,
you got it.
Next is Chiefs at Jaguars. That is another trap game to me. Chiefs has a chance to lose. I don't think they will, though. I'm going with Chiefs, but this is not going to be a repeat of their game last year when they got hosed. This will be fine. I think Nick Foles, since he's a big upgrade to Blake Bortles, they'll give them a fight, but I think the Chiefs will.
I'm going with Duval.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
The Jaguars win this game. I think, they'll win this game. I want to see how the Chiefs defensively are able to slow down Leonard Fournette.
Yeah. Plus
And plus they're in Jacksonville.
Exactly. I say that. Yep.
Like I said, even though they say home field advantage doesn't matter, I think that. Listen.
Early September, man.
The heat is there. Them Jaguar fans are legit. Though they love their team, and it's gonna be loud there. Down there, so I'm going with the Jaguars to win this game.
You, man. All right, next game, Tennessee at Browns. It's actually another tough one because the Tennessee Titans aren't a team to sleep at all. Since the Browns are at home, I think I'm gonna pick them. But Tennessee loves to win games like this, so it's really tough to call. But I'm gonna go with Browns. They're at home. They're gonna be all hyped up. Odell's first game. Baker Mayfield gonna start off his. It's gonna be tough. But I think Browns will pull off. In a close one, I'll probably say 27 to 20. I'll go with.
I'm going the opposite.
Right.
It's Cleveland gonna be rocking. Cleveland, you're gonna have Drew Carey there, probably gonna be there. The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, all these Cleveland natives coming in to support their team. It's gonna be hype. You're gonna see Odell. You're gonna see Baker, David Njoku, which very underrated tight end.
Very underrated
tight end is actually.
Very.
But it won't matter because my homeboy, Marcus Mariota, is gonna come into Cleveland and put their foot in their asses. Like I said,
mind you, this is a game you would win though.
Exactly. So I'm going with Mariota Titans to beat the Browns.
Mariota. All right, we'll go with Mariota. I still got Cleveland in this one. Next is another trap game to me because everybody is sleeping on this. It's the Colts at Chargers. People swear that the Colts are bottom feeders. That roster's still very good. They can definitely win this game. And this is going to be the Chargers' first game playing without Derwin James. I did mention that they will be fine without him. It doesn't mean they're going to be fine right away without him. They may have to get used to life without him. This is the first game, and they're playing against a pretty good offensive line. You know, with Quinn and them, I'm pretty sure they may be able to neutralize or at least slow down Bosa and Melvin Gordon. I think as long as the quarterback does not mess up, Jacoby, I'm very certain they can steal this game. I think so. I got Colts winning in a very tight 24-23 contest.
If the Colts can run the ball, if Marlon Mack has a big game to the Chargers, they don't win this game.
Yeah.
If Melvin Gordon is not playing in this game, it may be tough. But like I said, they still have,
Yeah, they got Austin Eckler.
Yeah, I just... It's a tough game, too. I mean, like, I can't really decide who either.
It's hard.
It's hard. So I'm going to go with the Chargers.
The home team, that's fine.
Barely. Just to win it.
Yeah. Next, Bengals and Seahawks. Yeah, again, why are we talking about this? Let's go Seahawks. Next, after that, 49ers at Buccaneers. The only reason why this is tough for me because I don't know what type of 49ers team I'm going to see. Same thing with the other team. I don't know what type of Buccaneers team I'm going to see. So, I chose the 49ers because I'm not convinced that the Buccaneers defense is going to really put much of a pressure on the 49ers. If Matt Breida can go off, then Jimmy should be fine. They'll just play action the crap out of them. They should be all right. We'll see. It's tough.
But I'm going to go with San Francisco as well.
Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah. So next, it's one of the biggest rivalries in NFL. You have the New York Football Giants going up against the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World.
I would skip this, but nah. The Giants do play their division tough, so we'll go over this a little bit. I'm picking Dallas though, but
yeah. I'm gonna go with the Giants. The Giants, when they play Dallas, you just never know what's going to happen. It is like they save their best performances for them and get the Eagles too. But Dallas, like they've gone to Jerry World and beaten them.
Oh yeah,
many times.
This is tough.
So this is not nothing for them. But I'm gonna go with the Giants to win this game.
I'm going with Dallas. Zeke should be fine. We'll see what happens. That's gonna be tough though, believe it or not. Next game, Lions at Cardinals. I would skip this one too, but I am not a big Lions fan myself, so it's questionable. I am picking Detroit though.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna be as much of a beating as people may think. I don't think anybody's thinking it's gonna be a beating. I'm pretty sure they think it's gonna be a little sloppy, two trash teams playing against each other type game. You know what I mean? That's probably what's gonna end up. But I don't think Arizona's win this game. Nah. What you saying?
Yeah, same thing.
Right. Steelers at Patriots. The banner's going down. The 6th banner is going down.
Yeah.
While the 6-time Super Bowl champions are coming in to the new Super Bowl champions in their house. Pittsburgh does not know how to win in Foxborough. It doesn't happen.
It's very difficult to win up there.
But for them, it's impossible. So that's going to continue. They're not winning. It's not happening.
I think the crowd is going to be ruckus up there.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 2015 when it was actually a really tight game, 35-28, I think the score was back then. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like that too. Tough. But no, they're not winning though. That's not happening.
Yeah, Patriots going to win this game. I just can't wait for the season to start. I was waiting for this for the longest. Like I said, the last time the Steelers and Patriots played, we was at the Steelers bar in downtown. But it's good.
We'll talk about dark times. It'll be happy times.
Happy time. I'm going with New England to win this game.
Yeah, now the Monday night games. We'll go through this quick. Texans at Saints. Saints don't lose at home. We'll go with Saints.
Me too.
That's simple.
Me too.
Yeah, they're not losing. Drew Brees ain't gonna show his messed up arm yet. I think that'll come over time. The next game, I don't think I'm gonna pick the Raiders to win a game ever. I don't even care if they have a chance. No, I'm not picking them to win a game. Denver will win this game because I said so.
I'm picking the Broncos too. The fact that it matters that Las Vegas has them favored in this game is pretty interesting.
That's pretty freaking funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's like Chris Chavez Jr. is not a thing that could slow down the receivers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Von Miller is gonna destroy that excuse of an offensive line they got. Whatever. It is what it is. But we have a special announcement to talk about. I'm going to shut my mouth now and let Sir Trevor take over.
Okay, this Sunday will begin season 2 of the 32 Bars Not Too Far series. It's my special kind of tailgating party. Instead of me going to the stadiums, I'm going to the bars. Now, what we did last year was every Patriot home game, we stayed at the Tirnanog Times Square Patriot Bar on 39th Street and 8th Avenue in New York City. Shout out to Tamara. I love you. Thank you for treating us there. So, yeah, all the Patriot games. We watch all the Patriot home games in that bar. And then when we go into the away games, we would go to the opposing team's bar. Which we had a lot of memories there because a lot of wins, a lot of losses there. Oh, man, it was crazy. But this year, we're going to do something a little bit differently now. We're going to be a lot more fan interactive. Especially on the road side of the, no.
It might be a little dangerous there.
Maybe a little day, like I said, but I basically said we're cool everybody there, we come respectful and everything. But this Sunday we're gonna be at Tirnanog Times Square for the Pittsburgh Steelers game against the New England Patriots. The banner being raised. I'm gonna be all I can't wait. I've been waiting all summer for this and I can't wait for this now. Like I said, if you guys wanna come and join us for the away games, just hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Instagram. Instagram is Don't Mind Me, I'm Invisible. That's literally the name of my Instagram account. So, yeah, check it out. It's going to be fun. Like I said, we go there, have a good time. The drink specials are awesome wherever I go. And then also the food is pretty good. I like the environment of being around people and how New York is so diverse with people from everywhere. So, I think it's going to be great. A great season, and I can't wait. I can't wait for this. I hope for the Steelers game coming up on Sunday, I'm going all out. When I'm going all out, I'm coming in it's gonna be crazy. So yeah, I hope y'all ready.
Things will be definitely crazy, but it's gonna be a fun season for us. A good series. Hopefully, both shows will be top notch by the end of the season. Both 32 Bars and our Sports Dynasty podcast.
Yes.
It's wonderful to work with you, my brother. I can't wait for us to blow up.
Hell yeah.
And with that, I think it's time to go.
Yes, time to go.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a good night, guys.
We're out.